So hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for subscribing. That's fantastic and I really appreciate it. Today's video is really a summary of the PRORAM air filter by Ramair. Now I put that on a couple of months ago. You've probably seen one of my videos. So I thought I'd do a summary really of it, simply because, you know, I changed the parts. Not really expecting much, apart from maybe a possible sound difference. So what I thought I'd do today is just simply give you my experience of the actual air filter. The main reason why I decided to change it was I had the Ramair foam air filter on for about 2 years. So I hadn't just, like, it wasn't just like a purchase. I've just bought one, then I bought another one. So I've had it on for 2 years. So I wouldn't really say go rush out and buy one, but in terms of quality, there's definitely a massive quality difference between the two. You're going to need an 80mm trumpet if you are interested in doing this, because it comes separate. It is a lot bigger in terms of its circumference on the bottom part, and then it tapers up nicely, which fits more comfortable in the position where most of us would probably put it. And again, you probably saw that in one of the videos, where it doesn't now hit against the side of the engine bay, which was rubbing, causing a slight hole. So where the foam was, basically it created a small hole and you could see the mesh coming through. That was one of the main reasons why I decided to basically change this. Anyway, back to the review. And so what's been happening is, over the last about 2 months, I've been gaining MPG. Now, gaining MPG on an ST is quite significant, really. Yes, pottering around town, it tends to stick at the same MPG. Unless I'm stuck in heavy traffic and I'm stuck in there for a while, then it slowly decreases. But most of the time, driving to work and back, which is about 45 minutes to an hour, it tends to stick around the same. But as soon as I jump on the motorway and do a straight run for about 45 minutes, you start seeing it creeping up and up and up. Now, I started at 25.2 MPG, which I guess isn't too bad. So yeah, 25.2 MPG, 25, it started to basically increase slowly. And then I've ended up, at the moment, we did a run, went to Lakeside the other day, which was on the M25, about a 45-minute run on the M25. Straight run, no stopping, till I got to Lakeside. And basically, I've just been gaining. I'm now at 28 MPG. Which I think is quite significant, really, just for those small runs, basically. So anything longer than that, it's gonna creep up even further, and it does. It used to anyway. Like if I went to like Peterborough on like a 2.5-hour run to Boston, yeah, I mean it used to go up. Of course it did, and then it would creep back down again during the working days, but. Yeah, this is pretty good. This is just general use, really. It's going up rather than those massive long runs. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed the fact that it's achieving that. Possibly it's achieving that by not letting as much air through, possibly, or the way it's designed to filter the air through to the filter. Not sure. But nevertheless, it's gaining MPG, which is fantastic. So from that point of view, definitely it's worth a buy. Now the sound. Originally, when I first changed it, I'd actually cleaned the MAF sensor. Now, I was having a little bit of trouble, and a guy called Easy Rider 8111 put a comment saying, "How you finding it?" You know, I was thinking about changing mine. Now I actually answered back saying I'm having a bit of trouble. Doesn't seem to be taking that well to the car. Feeling a bit sluggish, so I put the old one back on. He actually came back and said it looked like your math sensor was quite low, and to bring it up to like 2 o'clock position, which is what I did. Once I did that, changed the filter back on, everything's been running fine since. So thank you so much for that comment. Things like that really help. So silly little things, just, you know, you ask a couple of questions, or you see something and you get a response back. That's what it's all about, you know, those helpful tips by you guys out there. So I appreciate that. That's fantastic. What I've decided to do to show you today, you know, this is like a really simple video. I've got a few modifications to start getting done, really, which will come over the next few weeks. But it's one of those situations where there's kind of now big modifications. I'm thinking about changing the suspension, which I probably mentioned before, but that's not a light purchase, and I want to get the right one for the car. Also, I've got to do a block mod. That's fairly important now. I've hit about 83,000 miles, so especially running the power, it's about 310, 320. I think it's definitely essential to start looking at that, and get that done pretty sharpish. I'll probably do the water pump at the same time, so you are looking at something like 800 quid, which is going to burn a hole in my pocket. So that's another one that might even be number one, suspension number two, or even number two being a gearbox. Now my gearbox has been playing up for a while, and to be fair, ever since I've had the car, only a few months into owning the car, the gearbox starting to play up at second gear mainly. It's probably a synchro. So if you guys are going out to buy an ST, check the gearbox. If they're being thrashed around a bit, people not, you know, taking care of certainly changing gear, you could find yourself in a position where it's not that great. So I'm gonna have to upgrade or do something about that. Basically, I can do a couple of things. Kind of gone off on a tangent now. I was supposed to be just doing this review about the air filter, but I'm now talking about mods. But anyway, just bear with me. Gearbox situation needs to be sorted. So do I just go and I might just buy another gearbox and replace it. Probably can buy a bit gearbox from, I think, a couple of options. BD Performance have got a few, I believe, when I spoke to them a few months ago. I mean, they're probably gone now, but you can go online and buy a gearbox. About 250-ish, probably another 250 to actually get it fitted. Or do I go for a reconditioned gearbox, which would then, I guess, last, be in better condition, you know, someone's opened it up, serviced it, you know, made it good, and it's proper. Spend the extra money and get a reconditioned gearbox. Not sure what to do yet, but again, you know, quite a large outlay. Yeah, so that'd be number two, and then, you know, suspension. Once I've done those three, I think that would sit this car in a really good position in terms of it looks pretty good. It's had some decent modifications done up to stage 2, and yeah, I mean, without going further along and more power, upgrading turbos, and you know, all of that comes, you know, even talking about forging, you know, that type of thing. I don't think it's probably worth it, to be honest. Not on an ST. You know, if it was an RS, then, you know, maybe. But I think once I've done those last 3 items, I think that's going to be it. I'm probably just going to do some general bits and pieces, which I have got to come over the next couple of weeks. So that's going to be a sun visor, a sun strip. Brain went for a minute then. Getting a sun strip done. Placing the wing mirror lights. Although I've already got auto beam bulbs in, looking to do something slightly different on those. Got a couple of things to do on the front, which I'll show you in one of my next videos. And Got to finish off the exhaust system. Got to get section 59 really, just to finish that last bit off from the sports cap. That's got to be finished, although it makes a nice noise at the moment. I de-resed it, so it's got that de-res pipe, which you can buy off eBay for 30 quid. Definitely worth a shout. If you have not done that and you've got a standard exhaust, or you've done your decal, whatever, go and get a de-res pipe for 30 quid. Makes it sound wicked. And you don't have to change the whole exhaust, and you still get the pops and bangs. That's definitely worth a shout. For that kind of cash, you can't go wrong. So I definitely recommend going and do that. And I might get the rear splitter at the back, the RS style. Again, just little touches just to finish off the car. I'm tempted to black out, get it further on the rear windscreen and the side windows. Just make it slightly darker, and I'm even tempted to do the side, these passenger and driver's side windows, just tint them very slightly, maybe 30%. So I might look to do that. But so there's a few bits to come. Absolutely, we'll keep going on this until we've got those done, and then we'll basically look at the something else to do. But let's finish that review off. I've got some sounds to play you today. Just been out in the car. We done a short drive with the missus and the kids. We just went up around the block. We've got some sounds of the start, but on a cold start, so you can hear that. Makes a nice sound, sucking in that air. We've got that to show you, and then a drive basically up to Lakeside. As I said, went down there, so I'm going to show you that run. Get some sounds from the engine, some air filter sounds, which is really on this review. And the missus wanted to drive the car, and I said no. So we didn't let her drive the car. But I know she wants to, but we'll save that for another time. And yeah, basically, look, I'm just going to show you that. I'm going to sign out on this. Really basic video today, so I'm sorry about that. But we're going to get these mods, I say mods, get some bits and pieces done on the outside. Really simple jobs. I'll go through that, I'll show you that over the next couple of weeks, and you get back to you on the flip side. Cheers guys, I really appreciate it. So just to finish this review off, I would definitely recommend going to buy one of these air filters. So it's a PRORAM air filter by Ramair. It looks the part, it's quality, it really is. It's a lovely piece. It fits a lot better into the position that most of us put the air filters on. So from that respect, yeah, absolutely. It's quality, you get a great sound, it's going to gain you MPG. So, there's a few elements there that I would definitely say it's worth the money. I wouldn't necessarily go rushing out and buy one if you just bought an air filter, but if you're coming up to replace it at some point, then that's the way forward. It really does, it looks great in the car. Yeah, I'll definitely thumbs up to that air filter. So I'll just leave it there. Thanks a lot, I really appreciate it guys, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next vid. Cheers.